Hi friends, hope doing well. I'm Dr. Milind. So, a lot of students after NEETPG and INICET results, they are gearing up for INICET NEETPG 2025. And some students are looking up for a strategy or timetable or a plan that will help them. So, I have in the past, I have released a lot of plans and strategies, and I understand, some students they find it difficult to make a timetable. And I had also shared my story of timetable that how I used to tour, every day I'll make a new timetable and just discard it. And finally, my brother had gifted me a notebook to make a timetable because I used to keep it, changing. So I understand, sometimes it's difficult because we make over enthusiastic timetable and it keeps changing. So here I have proposed a few strategies for you which might help you in planning. So as I have said in the last date, so NICT is going to happen in May, and the dates are not out yet. But I feel the usually they happen in the mid of May. So the proposed date that the sample that I have taken is the 17th of May. And from the end of November, around 170 days, we can plan. And NEET PG, although it's a very controversial thing that when it will happen, but if we go by the trend, it likely to be happen at around June. So I'm taking 22nd June, that is Sunday, as a projected NEET PG 2025 date. And again, this is not official. This is what I feel, and this gives you around 200 days if you start on the end of November. So I have proposed this division for INICT. We can do like 90 plus 50 plus 30. That it will include one first and main read followed by two revisions, and NEET PG will give you a chance to have three revisions. Now, first of all, I would say before you start reading, see, I understand some of you are very excited and some of you are very determined that they want to start studying. But I would request that please take a break of 1 week. Just don't think about exam, don't think about anything, just go back to your place, spend some time with your family and friends. Just let your mind relax. Because I have also realized during my preparation that, sometimes your body, your brain needs break because this is all monotonous study that you have been doing. And if you want to put more information in your brain, if you want to start afresh, it needs that break. You need to be relaxed. So stop thinking about everything. Just go back and take a break, and then after that you can start afresh. And this is not going to waste any time. I think you have got enough time. So how we are going to do it? So first I'll talk about the strategy. So what we are going to do, so this is a rough estimation that I have made. So how are we going to go with it? So first we'll do the first reading. The first reading, I believe, see, no matter how many times you have given NEET PG or NICT, I always believe that after once you have done with the results, now you're starting afresh. So the first reading should be slow because this is actually going to give you a lot of confidence, and your majority of the preparation is going to happen here. So I would divide the subject into two classes. First is major subject and second are minor subject. So major subject you have to, because this takes time, and again half of them are rank building subject, so you should read them slow, and half of them are huge subject which takes some time. So I have allotted 9 days each for this 10 subject. So anatomy, physio, biochemistry, pathopharma, micro are your basic subjects, and surgery, PSM, obs, gyne, and medicine, these are huge subject, they need some time. So 9 days each. So in 90 days you are going to finish. So let's say if you start from November of 25th, so you'll be able to finish this by 23rd. Now a lot of students they ask me whether we should stick to one subject or two subject. My anatomy teacher used to say that changing subject is best way to avoid boredom, because if you keep reading only one subject then you'll get bored. So I'll say you combine two subjects together, that one major subject that you do for the majority of the day and one minor subject for some days, for some hours of the day. That breakdown I'll show you in the next slides. So you finish 10 subject in these 90 days, and remaining subject, these 19 subject, how you do it? So 6 days each for short subject like derma, psychiatry, ortho, anesthesia, radio, FMD. So in 36 days you will finish them. And for PDA, Ophtha and ENT, you give 9 days each. Now the hours are less, although you are giving 9 days for PDA and also for the anatomy, but here the hours are more, and for this small subject the hours are less. So in 27 days you will finish these three subject, and now you will have 27 days left. The second slot will be left as you will be studying major subject. Second slot will be left. There you can do your JTs, and all days won't be same, so you can take the break as well. So how to do it? Do that. So I'll just show you the breakdown of this timetable. So how we'll do it? So from 24th, 5th of November we'll start. So by 22nd, 23rd Feb we'll be finishing our first reading. As I said, the first reading should be very slow. It should be conceptual. Take your time. Don't be in a hurry. Read all the lines of your notes. Stick to one source that you have identified and take your time. That is why I have given 90 days for that. Followed by 24th, 5th to 15th April. This is we are going to do the first division. So in our division, we are going to give around 50 days for that. Okay. So that will be the first division that you will be doing. Then the next 30 days for your second division, and the second division will form a base for your NICET exam. So if we expect the 17th May to be NICET exam, so you already have finished your two revisions, and now you're ready for the NICET exam. After NICET exam, you will have around a month for till your NEETPG exam, and that will again give you a window for your third division, which will solidify your revision. And I think that is a great chance to get a good rank in NEETPG. So you'll have these back-to-back exams, and I think this will offer you a great chance. So if I break down this timetable further, so for example, if you're starting on 25th of November, so 25th of November to 3rd of December, you'll start with the physiology. So in the first half of the day, you read physiology, and second half of the day, you start one minor subject. For example, ortho. Then from 4th of December to 20 to 12th of December, you start another major subject, that is biochemistry, and you combine with it the minor subject. So what is the benefit of combining it with the small subject? So from the span of, like, for example, see, from 25th of November to 12th of December, so you have around 18 days. So in 18 days, you are actually finishing five subjects, two major and three minor. So this give you a sense of, accomplishment as well, that you have already finished five subject out of 19. So you'll feel that satisfaction, and subsequently you can continue with the timetable. So I'll just come back to this slide again. Before that, I'll show you the breakdown. So I was a early bird, so I used to start at 7. So it depends on your comfort. See, this is just a skeleton. It's not like this will suit for everyone out there. You have to modify it as per your preparation. So for example, if you're starting in the morning at 7, so initial, I always say start with the theory, because your mind is fresh in the morning and it's ready to take up a lot of information. You start with your subject, like micro is a major subject. So out of the 10 subject which will give 9 days each, so you start with the micro, for example. So from 7 to 10 you read micro. Now suppose you are bored, you don't want to read micro anymore, like after that. So from 10 to 12 you read dharma. So you change the subject and you have started with the minor subject. Around 12 to 1 you take a lunch, you take a break, you have a 30 minutes nap, like 12 to 12:30 you can take lunch, then you just rest for a while, again start at 1. So after lunch again you can start with your major subject, that is your micro. Okay. So 1 to 3 you read that. Now remember, in preparation, theory is important, MCQs are always important. In my last videos about this preparation, I talked about the importance of MCQ. If you're reading 80% of the theory in the day, 20% time should be allocated to MCQs. So from, like, for example, 3 p.m. to 4:30, you solve the PYQs, like from NEET-PG 2022, 23 with explanation, not just MCQs. You have to solve the explanation as well. Then you take a nap for an hour. Then about the first aid book. See, if you're not aware, if you're seeing my video for the first time, USMLE first aid book is very good book, and I think it should be part of your preparation. That is what I have mentioned. Although you are preparing for NEET-PG or INICET, it does not matter. I would say at least read 4 to 5 pages each day. If you don't want to invest 1 hour, just at least read 4 pages each day of this USMLE first aid, and I'm promising you it will help you in some way. Okay. After that, you can again solve MCQs for another 1.5 hour, then have your dinner. After dinner, you can again spend, like, if you have, see, as I'm saying, these are very extended hours, and if you start trading from tomorrow, you won't be able to read this much. So you start like small. You read at least 5 to 6 hours daily from tomorrow. After 1 week, it will become 10 hours. After 1 month, it will become 12 hours. After 2 months, it will become 14 hours. So the time will gradually increase. It will not happen overnight. So don't worry. If you don't want to solve so many MCQs, if you feel that I want to sleep early, I need appropriate and proper sleep, you can let go the 6:30 to 8 p.m. This MCQ slot, and you can, the Dharma that I have mentioned in the last, you can shift it here. Okay. If you feel that way, if you want to decrease, or if you don't want to, if you feel like, okay, first aid, it's too much for me, you can again replace it with the minor subject. So this is what a skeleton of a everyday will look like. This is how your everyday of studying will look like. So once you reach your peak, your major subject will, you will be allotting around 7 hours for that, 3.5 hours for minor subject, 1 hour for first set, and MCQ practice daily 3 hours. So if you're not able to solve MCQ for 3 hours, at least 1.5 hours you should be able to do it, and around 12 to 14 hours at the peak you would be able to read. So if you follow this way, so you will be able to finish your major subject, which I'm giving here in this line. You'll be able to finish these first, followed by combination of the minor subject. Now, once you are done with the minor subject, you will get lot of time in between. So, for example, from after this 1 month of your like by 30th of December, now you have already finished around 4 plus 3 7 plus 2 9, around 9 subject, half of the syllabus you have done. So you can give first GT here, so you have time here, so you start right giving your GT here, and after that you can place GTs in between. I will make a detailed timetable till 23rd second of Feb, and I'll post a PDF on my channel soon, so that will follow up with this video. Okay, so you can do your timetable like this. Now if we go by this, just roughly to give you an estimate. So for big subject, you give 63 hours in total, and for small subject, around 21 to 31 hours. So that is a huge time, I feel. Now, what are the things that you should always remember while preparing? So first of all, don't try to be a perfectionist or a procrastinator. See, a lot of students, what mistake they do, they feel, okay, my rank was not good in this NEETPG or NICT, so I'll be slow. I'll try to read everything from page to page. Then if you do that, then your pace will be extremely slow. Don't do that. You have to start with a certain pace. Procrastinator is if you keep thinking about the all the possibilities, and if you keep feeling sad and depressed, you won't be able to start at all. So don't be a procrastinator as well. You have to be a doer. Doer means don't care about the results. Some days you'll do good, some days you'll dip, some days you'll do good, some days you'll get, some days will be good, some days will be bad, but eventually your graph will increase. That will not happen overnight, but slowly you will win this race. See, when you look at your preparation, so as I said, your best for every day will look different. Someday you'll study for 10 hours, someday 14 hours, someday you'll barely study for 10 hours, someday you'll just study for 5 hours, someday you'll study for 6 hours. So your day will different. But when you zoom out this preparation, it will just look like a steady growth that you're following. And as I said, there is no shortcut. If someone is telling that there is a shortcut, it will be a difficult way ahead. If you take step by small steps daily, your chances of winning are more. See what problems you're going to face in next few months. There's so much of material to cover. The classes give you so much of things that you feel the times is less. You'll definitely have anxiety, uncertainty. You know, when I decided to take a chance, one more chance at City, I had this doubt in my mind. Maybe I won't be able to succeed. You will make a timetable. See, I'm giving you a skeleton. After 2 weeks, I know a lot of students will be writing me, sir, I'm not able to follow this timetable. I am missing the targets and backlog is piling up because I have so many things to read. I have notes, I have videos, I have PYQs, I have modules, I have QBank, I have GTs. Everything is piling up. Trust me. I have made 100 timetables during my preparation. Every 2 weeks I used to revise it. And it's okay. This is just a skeleton. You can revise it. That is what I say. Make a notebook of timetable. So you keep a track of things. How to do, how to start. See, as I say, the reason for you being a procrastinator because you worry about too much. So what I say, they say eat the frog first. Why? Because do the hard and important things first. If you feel like anatomy, biochemistry, I understand they're extremely boring. Pharma is boring. It's very difficult to remember. Start with that first. For biochemistry, pharma, take help of first aid. For anatomy, read your notes well. You can use Netter's Atlas to correlate them better because nowadays you have a lot of image-based questions. Microbiology, when you read microbiology, I just used to Google the images, how this parasite looks like, how this agar looks like, and I used to take a screenshot. Instead of, because now classes are providing the video based material as well, like they are providing a separate booklet of images, but actually that is adding more to your portion. When you're reading that also, that is also an extra book. So I feel the better way is just read your notes, and while reading notes, just take a screenshot of from the Google how this parasite looks like. This will just give you an idea. Now when you plan for revision, so I'll again once you're done with the first reading, I'll share a detailed plan of revision. So in revision the days will be decreasing, so I will not talk about this much, otherwise this video will be extremely long. So I will not address revision as of now. We will just focus on the first revision. So for the last 5 6 years, I have been interacting with a lot of students, I have been mentoring a lot of students, I have taken a lot of interviews. So what is my experience? See, what you need is just class notes, some videos for some topics, not many GTs, and a wise analysis of that. That is all. You don't need anything else apart from that. So this actually covers everything. You make your notes as your base, videos whenever you fail to understand things, and GTs just one or two in a month. I think that is more than enough. See, a lot of students ask about QBank. Trust me, they have students who have scored great rank even without touching the QBank. So read less, read again and again and again. Revision is the key. So lastly, few words of wisdom. So what I feel for a lot of students is lack of direction and lack of. It's not the problem with the time. It's a problem with the direction. See, you and I, we all have 24 hours, the same day, the same date, and the same material to choose from. So you have to be wise. Habits are reversible, but to reverse them, we must realize that we can stop practicing them. So as I said, let go the bad things that you have. Be brave, take risk. You have to create own story. In the last video, I said the same. Don't try to replicate people. You're, as they say that flower tells you the story of the season. Roots only know the real story of survival. So what you hear in the interviews is just a polished story. What is reality behind them? Nobody knows. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you work for. A lot of people, they don't have this commitment. They don't have discipline, and that actually the insult in the people that believe in you for pushing you to be the best. So be consistent. Be disciplined. See, I understand that after NICT and NEETPG result, a lot of people felt shocked and devastated. But there is no time to recover. There is no prescribed time to recover. See, some people will bounce back immediately. They'll start reading a lot. But some might need time to process that disappointment, and it's okay. See, if your friend is starting reading from tomorrow and you feel that you need a break, it's okay because strength is not the speed of your recovery, but the intensity with what you resolve. Maybe your friend is reading 10 hours tomorrow, but after 1 month, he's still reading 10 hours. You might start after 1 week and you'll end up studying 20 hours a day. You never know. So, trust that you all have this potential to achieve wonderful things. You need positive mindset and a small push. And I can promise you that if you're ready to give yourself one more chance, if you feel like one more NICT I want to write, one more NEET I want to write, because I have a dream that I believe, then I'm here with you. So guys, I hope this video will help you and in the planning. I'll be keeping, I'll keep motivating you on this way. I'll be bringing a lot of successful and interesting stories of students who achieved these great ranks to you. And I'm sure this will help you. So guys, take care and I wish you all the best.